Good morning, everybody. So I have no idea what to expect from today's reading. I've not had a huge amount of information through until I started sort of looking for it this morning. So this could be literally anything for anyone. We will see. We'll see what wants to come through. It may be your situation. It may not be. So if it's not your situation, just either watch it for fun, or it might be someone around you possibly who's experiencing these things, who might need your support. Or it might be something that's going to happen to you in the future, you just don't know about it yet. Or it might just not be your reading. The messages that come through, I always ask for the most important message to come through that's going to do the most amount of good. So while there might be bits and bobs in here for everyone, we may find that the main message is just going to be for one or two people. I don't know. I have no idea, no expectations. I'm leaving it entirely up to the cards today. So already my throat's closing up, so somebody may be having a bit of trouble speaking some kind of truth. You can hear it now. Can you hear it? I've got my Audrey Hepburn mug today, so I'm gonna have a bit of my it's also a rainbow mug. Maybe somebody's having a bit of trouble coming out. Hopefully that's going to ease my throat a little bit. So the songs I got through after yesterday's reading, after I posted yesterday's reading, which was a pick a card love reading, I fell asleep. I was so tired and I had a nap, and I woke up about 20 minutes later with a song absolutely blaring in my head, and it was Nobody But You by Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton, and I'm very soppy about that song. So it was so cute, and I really felt like I've picked up on something with the love reading. I don't know, but that was really nice. So I'm really hoping people are benefiting from that. Then I also got, sort of through the night, I got Dear Society by Madison Beer, and I think particularly the words bad for my health, so I'm going to come back to that. Then this morning I woke up with Let Me Help You Love Me by Taylor Parks. I like that I'm getting a lot of Taylor Parks songs through, I have to say. I really like her music. I asked Spotify for some songs as well just before starting. I got Bad Girl by Usher and Born to Make You Happy by Britney Spears. So I'm going to tie all this together in a minute. Remember all the jigsaw pieces, guys. Because I hadn't had many, very many messages coming through overnight, I kind of was looking around, sort of eyes wide open, right, as I was sort of going about my business this morning, looking for words, looking for signs. So I got Lego Police, okay, and the word mystery time. So somebody may be dealing with the police, like literally dealing with the police. Someone may have been a bad girl. I am picking up on role play. Some people might be doing a bit of role play, sort of good cop, bad cop, or yeah, people might be playing good cop, bad cop in a situation, not necessarily about role play. But with Bad Girl by Usher and Born to Make You Happy by Britney Spears. Now I find that song quite problematic for a number of reasons. I used to, when it first came out, I used to rant about that song. I used to have issues with it, but it's not the most feminist song, let's just put it that way, and neither is Bad Girl, to be fair. But you know, people may be playing around with the roles a little bit there, is what I'm guessing. Or someone may genuinely be like, I just want to make you happy, which is very sweet. Take it whichever way it works for you. I saw the story Three Billy Goats Gruff, if I can say it. So what I was getting with that is that somebody might be dealing with trolls, right? People who just want to cause trouble, but just want to stir the pot, just out for the drama, really trying to bring you down, possibly. Somebody may be scared of crossing some sort of bridge, so taking some kind of step, moving forward somehow in their life. Some people may be facing criticism or opposition for that. Because I also saw the word vision. So someone may have a vision of perhaps of what they want their life to be like, or an idea for a project, something like this. And they're facing opposition. They're facing people who are basically being trolls and trying to rain on their parade. Yeah, somebody could definitely be coming out here as well. With rain on my parade. What else have I got? Health. I saw a couple of things about health and the body. So somebody may be looking after their health, really watching what they eat. I saw a roast turkey, but what I got from that is that some people may be being roasted, right? So I feel like somebody's trying to kind of move on with their life, trying to do the right thing, trying to take care of their health, take care of their body, trying to better themselves, right? But then they've got these people who are just trying to like make fun of them for it or bring them down and basically being trolls. Yeah, getting roasted. I saw the word Odessa, Odessa. So I thought maybe somebody's gone on some kind of like voyage, like some kind of odyssey. Someone might want to return home. Or maybe the word Odessa means something to you. It's a place, right? Odessa. And I saw the words in the line of fire. So again, this is like somebody's in the line of fire. There may be some opposition, some criticism. Somebody may be literally in the police service, right? In the line of fire. I don't know. And then with Bad Girl from Usher. I'm not sure. I don't know. So maybe something in there was for you. Oh yeah, back to Dear Society by Madison Beer. That bad for my health. You're bad for my health. I should probably get some help. I'm addicted to the hell. So yeah, there may be a relationship here where I don't know, maybe someone's a bad influence on someone. We'll see. So again, no expectations for what's going to come through from the actual cards today. It could be literally anything. I don't know which decks I'm going to use. I do have the idea that I want to use the tea leaf deck because I've not used that for a while. But apart from that, I'm just going to go instinctively, sort of see how we go, see what I'm drawn to use. I've got quite a few decks out and I've got a few more decks sort of to hand, ready to go should we need them. Yeah, so I'm going to take a second to kind of tune in to the energies of the universe and I'll be back with you in a minute or two. Made me laugh that I said I'll just be a minute or two, but it's just literally seconds for you, minutes for me, seconds for you. They're sort of giving me space, and like this idea of like people going to space and time moving at a different speed and then they come back down to earth and everybody's all old. I don't know if that's out of a movie or if that's something that happens in real life. I'm not actually sure where I've got that from, but that's kind of what they were showing me. Right, okay, tea leaf cards. What do you want to tell us today? Oh, okay, we've got one. Okay, let's go to the next pack. What else do you want to tell us? Oh, thank you. Straight away there. There we are. Okay. And the arrow's upright, so I'm assuming that I need to look at that one first, and then that one was the first one to come out. So we'll have a look at them in that order. So arrow. You are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. So it did say that some people are trying to move forward with something, or they have something they're aiming for, perhaps. There may be some red tape that they are sort of trying to cut through, to slice through, but their aim is true, I'm hearing. Yeah, you're on the right path, you're going in the right direction. You just may be facing some opposition, some hurdles, some things that you have to kind of leap over. So I'm drawn to how this kind of looks like the Grand Canyon. I almost said Death Valley, so I don't know whether that's relevant, but the Grand Canyon was what I was thinking of. So it's like you have to cross a Grand Canyon, and how are you going to get there? Now an arrow can cross the Grand Canyon, and I was talking about building bridges or crossing bridges as well. So there's some sense of like trying to figure out how you're going to do this, but you are aiming in the right direction. You may need to take a car journey. Listen. It's like, did you hear that car noise? Good news. Good news. You might be receiving some good news about a car, good news about a journey, some sort of good news coming in for you. I feel like listening is important. Listen. You may overhear some good news. You may overhear something. That is disgusting. It looks like it needs cleaning. I don't like it is. You may overhear something that's like, it's not even directed at you. It's not even a message to you. You may just overhear two people talking and they say something and it's like, oh, that's really good news, I didn't know that, you know. And it might be like a light bulb moment going off in your head, possibly in regards to how you're going to move, how you're going to keep moving towards what you want. And the Sun card, happiness and well-being. So this good news is going to help you to move towards your happiness and well-being. I feel like it's probably going to make you realize something. This is kind of what I was picking up on before I turn this card over, but the Sun is about seeing things clearly as well, seeing things in like the light of day. So yes, overhearing something, I feel, that's going to make you feel very, very happy. It may help you continue with your journey. Purse, pay attention to your finances. So I take this as a warning rather than saying, you know, the good news and the happiness could be in regards to your finances. Perhaps if you've been worried about your finances, about not having enough money, perhaps you're going to overhear something. Perhaps you've got investments and you're going to overhear that a certain investment, a company that you've invested in, is doing very well. Perhaps you do just need to perhaps start... I would take this as a sign to be wary about what you're spending your money on, not to overspend right now. Even if you feel like you've got plenty of money to be spending, perhaps just be a little bit, not stingy, but only buy the things that you need to buy for a little while. Don't overspend, because, oh, that's what, I know what it is. Try and save some money now while you can, if you can. If you can't, you can't, you know, obviously that makes more sense. Why pay attention to it, right? Save whatever little money you can, even if you're just putting like a very small percentage, 1%, 2% of the money that you have coming in aside, just for a little while, because I think I'm hearing sirens, so I don't know again if that's going to be significant for you. You may have to take a journey, like a sudden, unexpected journey, because of some good news, possibly. Just waiting for that to go past. There's two sirens. It could be the police. So yeah, you're going to overhear something. It's going to be good news. It's going to be to bring you happiness and well-being, but you may need to take a sudden journey, possibly, or there may be something you need to pay for suddenly in regards to this. Okay, interesting. Take a quick sip of my coffee. Again, I feel like my throat is very, very tight right now. Which deck am I going for? This deck. Okay. I feel like I need to cut the deck. Okay, fine, I'll cut the deck. I've got bossy guides today. Right. So what's going on? Can we get some more information, please? Thank you. Exchanging gifts. Okay, well, that makes a lot of sense as to why you need to pay attention to your finances. You may find that you need to buy somebody a gift. Poised. Yeah. Poised on the bottom of the deck there. It's like on the verge of taking some kind of leap, on the verge of making some kind of step forward in your life, and I feel like you are trying to get in the position to do this, right? You need to be poised to do this. It's like, if you can't quite take that step just now, perhaps I'll just pick up the card while I'm talking about it. Never ending story underneath there. If you're not quite ready to take the leap now, I feel like you're spending your time getting ready, making yourself look good, right? Packing your bags, making sure you've got your passport. Go and get your passport ready if you haven't got it ready already, you know, for when the travel ban starts to lift. You may be making sure you've got petrol in your tank. All these different things. Petrol, do people still use petrol? I don't know. I love car games, but I don't have a car, so I don't know anything about cars. Gas in your tank, they're telling me. Maybe some of you are like American. Exchanging gifts. So someone's wearing a mask again. Someone may have a hidden talent, right? What I'm getting from this is that it might be literal gifts with that purse, right? But I'm getting more that it's exchanging gifts as in talents, something that you're good at and something that somebody else is good at, and maybe you have different skills or different gifts, yeah, different abilities, and I'm not even seeing it as like necessarily like a skill that you've gone to college for or university for. It's more like a natural gift. Like one person may be very, very good at comforting others, somebody may be good at giving advice, somebody may be good at more tangible financial sides of things. So this is like I'm hearing I can't even say it, quid pro quo, Clarice. I'm hearing like Silence of the Lambs. Quid pro quo, exchanging knowledge, exchanging some kind of, it's like if different people, it might be a group of people or two people, but exchanging some kind of some kind of natural talent with each other. It could be literal gifts. Also, this person's like dropping a star to this cat. The cat's like reaching up. It looks like almost the cat's giving this person a petal, and this like fairy is dropping a star onto the cat. And again, it looks like there's a star I'm getting simply read, fall from the stars straight into your arms. Yeah, but it's almost like these kind of gifts coming in. You could be getting gifts from the universe. You could be realizing you've got gifts. I'm guessing that someone's gift might be that they're really good at making people happy. Sorry if I'm pausing as well in this video. It might just be to make notes so that I can write, list songs that are in the description box below and things like this. But yeah, I just kind of was trying to sort of dial back into the energies again there. Yeah, somebody's gift may be that they are very good at making other people happy. The sun, they're drawing my attention to the sun. Yeah, okay. Someone might be in a position, poised in a position, up on a pedestal, right? Up on a pedestal, poised in some kind of limelight, in some kind of spotlight, in a position where they have the ability to make people happy. They can like shine their sun on other people, and that's their gift, that they can, I don't think they even realise it, they can reach out to others, and kind of brighten the day, like literally, like it says happiness like on the card, and they're telling me not to, they're telling me to see that as a talent, to see that as a gift. It's as important as if someone was to go to college and learn how to, I don't know, do finances. Like that's a skill, and it's a skill that you get a certificate for. But this is also a skill, and it's a very, very important skill. It's like a people skill, right? This ability to draw people to you, to make people happy, to kind of create this network of people, and this kind of happy place. That is a skill. That's like, that should be as important on your CV as anything else. Like I can make people, I'm amazing, I can make people happy, but I can engage with people, I can bring people together, I can lighten the mood, I can create a community. So that is an important skill, and it's not something that should be overlooked or discredited or mocked or anything like that. It's it's not a talent that everybody has. It's not everybody is in a position where they can do this. So if that's you, value that and make sure other people value it. Wow, bossy guides. Okay, we're going to this deck. What's next, please? Oh, my hands are sweaty. Knees weak, mum's spaghetti. Somebody may be going for something. Oh, somebody may be doing something publicly. Key. Okay, this card, it's like a two-faced card, right? So sometimes it's negative, but not always. It depends on, basically, if the card that's on this side, with it being on the sun side, is positive, any cards that come out on this side are negative. Now, this is kind of like the last card in this sequence. So it's actually saying that all the cards before it are kind of getting this boost, right? This kind of like power up energy, sunshine energy. It's not in the shadow side. It's also telling me that somebody, because this is the card about being public, this is about the face that you put on in public, okay? The happy face that you put on. What's that song? Happy Face. Is that in Rain in My Parade? What is that, right? Okay, I'm going to get the lyrics for that song. 1 second. Okay, I've completely forgotten what I was picking up on there. I got so distracted by Google not cooperating. Don't tell me not to live, just sit and putter. Life's candy and the sun's a ball of butter. Don't bring about a cloud to rain on my parade. Don't tell me not to fly, I've simply got to. If someone takes a spill, it's me and not you. Love that song. So yeah, someone's really, as I was picking up on sort of quite early on in the reading, someone's really going for the goals, right? They've seen what life has to offer. They've seen that they've been missing out, I think, that they've been in this cage, right? I feel like they've been in this glass house, they've been in this cage, they've not explored everything that the world has to offer. And now they kind of, 33 again, who was getting 30? Who is getting the number 33 in the reading? Somebody got it twice, I think, in a reading recently. So I feel like if that was you, that's a really key number for you at the moment. Someone's been locked away. Flowers in the attic? Was that a book? I don't know. Maybe that's got some significance. I really don't know. I think that's about memories, isn't it? Somebody's passed away and they're looking through the memories in the attic. I don't know. So it's all go now. It's all go. Like noises outside. I'm going to shut the window. Somebody maybe have too many things going on for them at the moment. Yeah, I was just, when I picked up that ear, it's because it was the guy who takes his toddler to nursery, and I like hearing he's like, step up. It's really cute. So you might need to step up. Everything that happens in a reading is part of a reading. It's time for you to step up, step out, go for your dreams, go and explore all the happy things that life is trying to bring in for you. I feel key, something about a key. Something I feel has unlocked a part of yourself. It's really like this coming out of it could literally be coming out of the closet for some of you. I'm getting that quite a lot. Going public, announcing something to the world. Noticing like they've got the mouth wide open. Oh, God, no. Okay, we've gone to the crude place. Unlocking your heart, ready to fly. They're giving me like a bird inside your chest, a bird inside your heart, beating its wings against the bars of your, like the cages of your heart, the bars of your heart, unlocking it, allowing that bird inside your heart to fly. You know, there's birds on this card here. Something to do with social media, coming out on social media. Yeah, unlocking the key. 1 second, I'm going to read quickly the description of this card just to see if there's anything I'm missing. Yeah, okay, so I was picking up on mystery at the start of the reading, unlocking a mystery, solving a mystery. So this has that kind of business going on to it as well. It also says the things that are worrying you. So with it being the public card to the left, it's something about public recognition or public being in the limelight, or the public finding out a secret. Oh yeah, oh strongly, that's it. I've hit the nail on the head. Yeah, somebody's scared of the public finding out a secret that's going to make them look possibly quite two-faced. It says, look to my right, I point to what is highly important or what needs to be solved. I feel like somebody has been wearing a mask, and they are scared of people finding out their secrets. They're scared of this going public, but they know, I think that they're poised because they know that it's better for them to kind of spill the beans, they're telling me, if a secret's going to come out eventually, then it's better for you to stand up and say it and live in your truth and speak in your truth and be honest and open and clean. I don't know, clean, they're telling me. Whatever that means. Rather than it being discovered and somebody using it to discredit you or to attack your, what's the word? My nose is clicking. To attack your reputation publicly. Okay, please stop clicking nose. So, oh, this has took a bit of a how the key turns. Let's things are changing slightly. The key can be a tool of captivity. Somebody may be being blackmailed. Is someone being blackmailed? Oh my goodness. Kick them in the nuts. We're not having that. I don't know why I said that. That's so random. Inside is a rose symbolizing mystery. A mystery that unfolds as the key unlocks it. And it's also, of course, a symbol of love, the most common of all mysteries. Right, interesting. I think I want to go to this deck. Do you have anything to tell me? Yeah, they certainly do. Which way, please? Boom! Okay. I'm going to take this in the upright, but with it coming out in the reverse, I feel like somebody's not standing up for themselves when they need to, and they need to. So this is like saying, it's a card about being defensive, about getting the upper hand, about fighting off opposition. Yeah, you can see, but she's stood up on, again, we've got two cards about being up on a kind of like a platform or a pedestal. So yeah, I feel like the kind of more you ascend, the more you are put on this pedestal, the more defensive you're having to become, the more people want to attack you because you're drawing attention, right? So yeah, you may be feeling a little bit defensive now. I don't think being defensive is necessarily the best course of action in this case. Defend yourself, yeah, defend your heart, defend your values. But sometimes acting in a defensive way, because I was picking up on those trolls at the beginning of the reading, I think that if people are coming at you with their opinions, separate yourself from that. Realize it probably says more about them than it does about you. It's probably their issues that they're dealing with, and they're just using you as a focal point for their own issues. Because look, I've put it under the public card. Sometimes it can be difficult when people point out all our flaws, or they criticize us for the choices that we're making. But the only person that matters at the end of the day is you. You can't live your life wearing a mask, you know, to a certain extent, yeah, because we do need to fit in. We do need to kind of, you know, sometimes pretend we're in a good mood if we're not in a good mood, you know, when we're just talking to someone in a shop, or I don't know, there's times when, you know, we need to put on a professional you know, face, or we need to put on a gentle face if we're dealing with children, right? There's different faces, different masks that we wear in different situations. But if you're not being true to yourself, to your authentic self, and that doesn't mean like shouting your opinions out and, you know, causing trouble, but living in your heart, in your authentic truth of who you are, and really learning to be comfortable with that, really learning to accept yourself, then you'll find that it doesn't matter. All these people trying to attack you, trying to bring you down, they do not matter when you're living in your authentic truth and you've got self-acceptance, because they can't hurt you because you've accepted yourself. King of Swords, I'm telling you the truth here, guys. This is clarity. This is someone who's clarity, very good at communicating. They wield information, right? You can see he's got that sword there, but it's sheathed. He knows when to communicate and when not to communicate. So if people are trying to provoke you, if people are trying to, yeah, say things or like get you, it's like they want your attention. It's because you've got this spotlight, right? You've got this some sort of success here where you're doing quite well. You're actually ascending, right? You are, I feel, on this journey where you're being your authentic self, you're living in your truth more, and this is actually causing you to get reward and recognition, to kind of ascend, to progress. I'm sorry, my son's coming upstairs. I'm just going to pause a second. Yeah, it's they want a piece of that, right? They want a piece of that however they can get it. So they just want your attention. It's like, if I can get this person to respond to me, if I can get this person to, even if it's in a negative way, even if it's like, I'm going to say something horrible to you and you're going to respond, but I've got your attention, I've got a piece of that, like, limelight, you know? Again, it's more about them than it is about you. Just rise above it. The King of Swords he knows his truth. Look at how chill he is. knows his truth, he's got the knowledge, he knows what's important, what's not important, and he's sheathed the sword. Because I think, especially when people come at you in social media, yes, I should have known this was coming out, because yesterday I saw a BuzzFeed article about a TikTok trend where people are using the song Bulletproof, and it's people like celebrities like James Charles and Tana Mojo, who've had like all this controversy, like career wrecking controversy kind of thing. I think James Charles lost a record number of followers overnight on his YouTube channel because of something that like kicked off. And I think it turned out that it wasn't even as bad as what people were saying it was. He'd just been accused of something, and it kind of like, you know, all blew up. That happens on social media. People jump on the bandwagon. But yeah, these celebrities were kind of doing this Bulletproof TikTok trend. It's like, and the joke is kind of like, you know, you think you can come at me, you think you can say something to me, you think you can hurt me. Well, I lost 30 million viewers on YouTube overnight. You know, it's like, you can't hurt me because you don't know my journey. You don't know my journey. And if you think you can hurt me by sending a stupid ass tweet, and when you look at these people as well, because I've been in a situation where people have kind of like, not to a terrible extent, but they've bandwagoned, right? And all come at me at once on social media. And you go and you look at sort of like how many followers they've got, and they've got not that many followers, right? And you think, well, if I give this person attention for what they're saying, I'm going to draw attention to them. They're going to get more followers because they're being controversial, they're being dramatic, and that attracts people in, right? For the wrong reasons. You don't want people like that, trust me. You don't want that to be your social media bubble. So this is about put it in perspective, right? If this is like somebody who is, I'm going to use the word nobody, and I don't mean that to offend people who don't have very many followers, right? If you've not got very many followers, it's not the number of followers that's important, it's the quality of the people that you're interacting with. So the more you interact with people who are like-minded and, you know, create this happy atmosphere, that the better your timeline will be. You don't need 50 million followers who are all going to shout and cause trouble and drama, you know, because that's just going to give you a miserable, like stressful social media presence. So yeah, but it's like these people who are like trolls, and they've probably been banned 100 times before, right? Which is why they've only got like 2 followers, because they have to keep remaking their account. So just don't give them the time of day. Don't give them the attention. It's just not worth it. And all it does is it draws attention to them. And it's actually you're drawing attention to your own flaws, because if you're acting defensively, it's like, well, you must have something to be defensive about, right? Just ignore them. Sheathe the sword. Don't communicate. Step away. Not worth your time. I got quite a lot from that. I think that might be everything. I think that might be everything I need to say there. I am going to go to, just to make sure, to see if anything else wants to come out. Give this deck a quick flip through. No, nothing from that deck. How about, they're like, no, you've got it, you've done it. You said what we wanted you to say, we're done. Yeah, okay. So this is a card about being really, really solid on your own. Okay, it's like not needing anyone else's approval, not needing anyone else's to give you anything. This is like, I am strong and stable on my own. You may not have, this is a card about being very, very abundant on your own. It's like somebody who might run their own business, or somebody who owns their own home, this kind of thing, like tangibly really good on your own. If you're not in that position yet, I feel more that this is people moving towards this position. This is telling me, I got this message through this morning, so it fits in really well. This is saying you have all the tools you need. You have all the skills, the abilities, the talents you need to be good on your own, to be financially stable, to be independent, to be able to look after yourself, okay? It's like, you know, if something goes wrong, if you're overcharged on a bill, you know who to ring, who to speak to deal with that. You're capable. You're capable of being good on your own in a tangible sense. Yeah. I think that's the most important thing coming from that card today. But also, again, I'm really drawn to the shape of the bird cage and the glass house there, the greenhouse. Somebody may have a greenhouse or have been to like a garden centre recently. But I'm noticing again this kind of, she looks like she's in the same kind of building. Somebody may be revealing that they have left some kind of situation behind, whether that be a place that you used to work at and going independent, right? Publicly announcing this. Or it may be that you've left a situation where you felt trapped, and you're being more independent now, you're exploring more. Yeah, coming out of the glass house. Don't throw stones in glass houses. Yeah. Right, okay. I'm going to mention RuPaul's Drag Race. I was watching it yesterday and they're giving it me for some reason. Don't know, I was looking sort of at this card and they were giving me RuPaul's Drag Race. Again, we had all that Don't Rain on My Parade business. Okay. I simply got to... Okay, the body, or the vessel's flipped. Yeah, somebody's ashamed of their body. I was sort of getting like men's health and stuff before, and I think somebody is ashamed of something about their body. That's not the meaning of this card, but you can see how she's kind of trying to cover herself up. Oh, they're giving me though Venus. I can't remember the name of it now. I wrote a whole like essay about it, but it's the very, very famous a statue of Venus that has been like replicated so many times, and in it she's kind of she's coming out of the water, and she's kind of she's just been born, she's coming out of the water as a woman. She's born as a woman in this big oyster shell, and she's trying to cover her nudity, right? But the thing about that sculpture, and especially the way it's been replicated, is that it draws attention. She's almost like pointing to those parts of her body. She's not quite covering them, and the kind of lines of her arms, from an artistic sense, they actually draw your attention to those parts. So there's a sense of kind of being like shame but not shame, and they're giving me back Britney Spears' Born to Make You Happy, that kind of like perceived innocence, that kind of oh, I'm so sweet and innocent and naive, and she's there in like a little schoolgirl outfit and stuff. Really, Brittany? Really? really? So yeah, it's that kind of like innocent but not innocent. I'm so sweet and innocent, and oh, don't look at me, while all the time actually drawing attention to yourself. Can I get something else on this vessel card? So the vessel is also about a container. Containers of many forms. So your body is a container. Be careful about what you're putting into it. I did have the message before and I forgot to say about drinking more water. Watch your health. Your health may be important at the moment. Yeah, I'm mostly getting that today. And they're giving me, what is this? Ooh, the Mother of Wands. Okay, yeah, absolutely. So this may be tying into the business that's been going on already. This may be a new message for someone else, but this is to, oh, okay, and the Devil card, and the Star card, and the Strength card. Okay, this is something definitely to do with the body and sex here. The Mother of Wands, the Queen of Wands, is very passionate. She's very, very sexy. The snake is Kundalini energy, which can be sort of sexual, yeah, like a sexual energy. Snakes are also a phallic symbol. Wands are a phallic symbol. The Devil card here is, he's a very horny little goat here. And I was picking up on Billy Goat's gruff as well earlier. So there's something to do with, okay, I understand. They're telling me for somebody here, and I feel like this is a separate message for someone, being ashamed of your body, being ashamed of your sexual, the things that make you feel sexual, the things that you're attracted to, the things that make you feel sexy, the things that you want to do in the bedroom, right? Feeling quite a lot of shame. I feel like they're telling me like religion as well. Some people may have been raised in particularly religious households, or even households where they kept drawing my attention to the lock and key again, where you felt like your sexuality was under lock and key, like you had to be traditional, you had to almost be like that Britney Spears, sweet little innocent, like, oh, I don't do anything naughty, kind of this kind of thing of being, yeah, like you should be pure and chaste, and that is not perhaps how humans were designed to be. It's not how God, you know, planned for humans to be. As soon as he let Eve out of that garden, oh look here, as soon as he unlocked that garden and you know, sent Adam and Eve out into the world, you know, if you are religious and we're following that story, it's like, well, liberation, right? It's sexual liberation. Go and do whatever you want. But you will feel shame. So we are designed to have temptation. We're designed to have sexual needs. I don't think it's devil energy. I mean, it is. The devil card's a funny card for me because it doesn't. I am not raised with traditional scripture, traditional like God and the devil things. To me, it's more like two sides. I'm more inclined to say that the devil is more to do with like base instincts, not even base instincts, base soul instincts, the more natural inner like truth of who we are, and I don't necessarily think it's healthy to squash that, to hide that. Like if you look at Victorian times, they were awful because they were so like pretending to be pure, and like they just kind of like, it sent them the other way, it sent them off the rails, right? You've got to have the balance. If you push things in one direction too much, where you try and make things what am I trying to say here? If you try and shut everything down and say, you know, you can't have this at all, don't look, you know, it's not okay to have any kind of sexual feelings. You've got to be pure and virginal and basically like, you know, a nun or a priest. People can't live their lives like that for very long because, I mean, some can, you know, maybe some people do, but for, I think, a huge chunk of the population, the majority of us, we do have needs, and if you smother those needs for too long, then they're going to resurface in unhealthy ways. So I think it's healthy to accept the sexual parts of ourselves, the little devil on our shoulder, right, and to explore those sides of ourselves in healthy ways, to give them freedom of expression in healthy ways, because if you suppress something for too long, everything's yin yang, right? Everything's a balance, everything's a seesaw. So if you suppress one side for too long, you know, it's going to put burdens, it's going to put weight on the other side, and eventually it's going to come crashing down, and the other side's going to go flying up, and it's going to get like, it's like off the rails, right? Or keeping something on a leash, you know, the tension building and building and building until eventually the leash snaps and you don't have control of that anymore. So it's about giving, you know, a little bit of free rein to certain parts of ourselves. Okay, so I'm going to close out the reading. What else do we need to know? Anything else that the guides want to tell us today? Any pieces of advice for any of us? Last chance. Oracle of Delphi. Okay, I was sort of drawn back to the Mother of Wands and the Devil. They're showing me Bedazzled, Elizabeth Hurley, where she played the devil. It's like there may be someone around you who's very, very, very sexy, very attractive, takes really good care of their appearance, is very alluring, expressive. It could be a female, it could be a male, this could be two different people. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot of sexual tension. yes, I think it's there's something to do with like possibly obsession. Finding someone irresistible, like obsessive, like have to have it kind of. Yeah, but I feel again there might be some kind of red tape, but not being able to have it is almost making the person obsessed about it. It's like if you had if you knew that you had your favorite chocolate, or something that you find really, really like your favorite thing to eat, like something that gives you a lot of pleasure when you eat it. Just say, for example, it's like a, you know, a really good quality chocolate that you know you put it in your mouth and it's going to be like give you so much pleasure, and it's sat there and you have to look at it and resist it, and somebody's saying you cannot eat that chocolate, you can't eat that chocolate, but I'm going to keep putting it there in front of you and telling you you can't have it. It's like it's just going to start to occupy your mind. That's going to be the only thing you can think about. It's like, I want to have that chocolate. I know how delicious that chocolate would taste. You know, I can imagine how it would be in my mouth, you know. So yeah, it's the obsession of it. It's the denial of it that causes the obsession, where having, like, once you've had the chocolate, right, it's like, oh, okay, I've had it now, I've really enjoyed it, what else can I do with my day? Or like maybe just having a little bit of it, I don't know, but maybe, I don't know, maybe it's addictive, maybe there's something here that's addictive, I don't know. Okay, so the Oracle of Delphi, what does this wish to tell us? One. Yeah, it's like the more that something's denied, the more our thoughts become obsessed with it. Okay, the Oracle of Delphi. The Pythia, or the priestess at Delphi, sits upon a high three-legged seat. Steam gently rises from a small fissure in the ground. Nearby, a robed priest, funny we were talking about priests, prepares to write upon an open scroll, while the Pythia physically receives the perceptions from Apollo. It is the priest who interprets her pronouncements. In this, we see the two important keys in psychic experience: perception and interpretation. Just exchanging gifts there, two people working together. Okay, when you receive this card, you're in a time of great insight and psychic power. Even if you don't recognize it yet, it lies very close to your consciousness because you have used this gift in so many past lives. You may get the images or feelings without knowing how to interpret them. Well, bingo for me. Take notes as you practice both your psychic perceptions and their interpretations. Just as they gave the Oracle of Delphi a profound awareness, your psychic perceptions and their interpretations give you a powerful insight and an Akashic vision of the world. The Akashic force is like a little thing, an advice thing here. Close your eyes and go within. Feel your psychic energy growing, expanding upwards from the very depths of your being. Now notice the first thing that you sense. So this is literally what I do, because I feel like it wants me to share this with you now. It's like, I'm the Oracle of Delphi and you're interpreting what I'm saying. At the beginning of a reading, before I start pulling cards, I just pause and I kind of sit quite upright. It's almost like a yoga thing. I first started doing it through yoga. So sitting quite upright, and normally palms up because this is the receiving pose, and I imagine a current of energy running through the ground, like energy coming through the ground, up my spine, up through my head and up to the sky. So I visualize this energy, and then I visualize the energy sort of coming back down, okay, coming back down like a channel of light going down. I'm laughing because they're showing me in Minecraft the beacon, showing the light coming down, and then through my spine, which is this Kundalini energy. This is like the snake that travels up your spine, and down into the ground. I also burn incense sticks. I drink water before I do the reading. I try and make sure I've got like 4 elements of. I have the fire, which is the match to light the incense. The incense is the air. I drink water, and we have the earth as well, which is the actual incense stick. So I've got like the 4 elements going on. when I do this. So I'm sharing it because, like, she famously, they sit above the vapors coming from the earth. So yeah, I'm sharing this with you because I feel like with you receiving this card, this is something that the Spirit's advising you to do, to meditate. You can see as well, she's got her hand up in the receiving pose. So yeah, maybe burn some incense, sit upright, your hands in the receiving pose. Imagine this current of energy going all the way up your spine, up through your head to the sky, and then back down again and into the earth. Yeah. So see what comes. Just be open to receiving what comes through. Yeah, good luck with that. You don't need me anymore. Right. See you later. I'm going to shut down my channel. But yeah, it works for me. It works for me. And then I start to feel like sort of prickly feelings on the crown of my head. It used to feel like somebody was like sort of doing this through my hair. And now it sort of feels like almost like my skull's opening up. It feels really gross sometimes. Sometimes I can't stand it. But I don't know, it is what it is. Like, look at that as well. Like the beams of light coming through this person's head. Right, well, that was absolute chaos and nonsense. I hope you got something from that. Yeah, I like doing Tell Me Anything readings and seeing what comes out. Sort of gives you food for thought, stuff to think about. Do I have anything else to say before I close that down? Just that the star card there is like, follow your hopes and dreams, and having the strength to do it. Have the strength to follow your hopes and dreams. Make a decision, take action towards it. Right, guys, do take care. Do try to be your authentic selves. Shine your light. Have the strength to do so. Do not feed the trolls. They're not worth your time and energy. All right, guys, love you so much. Bye-bye. You know, I think I'm done with the reading, and then they just go and give me more. And they're giving me Give Me More by Britney Spears as well now. So 2 Britney Spears songs today. There's something wrong with this picture. What could it be? The Oracle of Delphi is from ancient Greece. They're sort of giving me Roman culture as well, but I'll go into that in a second. The monk looks very much like a sort of medieval monk, right, or a modern day monk. I don't think monks looked like that or were about like that. I definitely do not think the monks worked with the Oracle of Delphi, at least not as it's presented here on this card. What they kind of drew my attention to initially was how do I explain this? I just started watching, as I was kind of uploading the videos to my computer so that I could edit them and post them. I was watching another card reader who I've never seen before, and she has kind of like this quite witchy look. She kind of has this like grey streak in her hair and everything. Now, I'm not going to say who she is because I don't want to offend anyone by saying that, oh, she looks quite witchy. And I sort of like my mind wandered, and I was thinking about how you know, witches, I suppose, were persecuted at certain stages in history, especially by the more like Catholic Christian side of religion, but it wasn't always that way in the Greek times, and particularly I'm thinking about the Roman times because my speciality is Augustine, the Augustine period, is how well respected these women were. The priestess of the temples, very, very highly respected. It was a very desirable job for your children. It's like you have a daughter, she can either go and be someone's wife, or she can go and be a priestess at one of the temples. It was very highly respected. You know, it's something to be really proud of if your daughter was a high priestess at one of these temples. So it's just interesting to see how different religions treat people differently, and have different ideas about these kind of things. But also in like Christian culture and Catholic culture, you know, you had people like Joan of Arc, and you know, these women who did have visions, you know, some of the saints as well. So it's just interesting to see when it's allowed and when it's not allowed. It's like it's always existed. These people with these connections to the more spiritual realm, whatever, you know, you want to call it, whatever religion we're talking about, it's always existed. Sometimes it's persecuted, sometimes it's not. And I think what the difference is who wants to control the narrative, who wants to control thoughts, okay? Because if we're talking Renaissance times, you know, the church really wanted to kind of crack down on independent thought, of free thought. It was like, we do it by the scripture and nothing else. You cannot have that direct contact with God. And then you can look at things like the Protestant religion and how that came about, of saying we want to take the power back from the church. We don't want these people to have to act as a kind of go-between between us and God. Yeah, these kind of messages about who's controlling the information and why, and also how in the reading I was kind of encouraging people to find their own connection to whatever the universe, God, spirits, whatever we want to call this, our shadow side, whatever this is for us. Do try and find your own connection. Do interpret things yourself. You are capable of doing that, I feel. I think everybody is. Yeah. And just to know that it's all about perspective, whether this person is honoured and respected and thought well of, or whether she is burnt at the stake. You know, it's all just opinion, and everyone's entitled to their opinion. Doesn't make them right. But just to be aware that you can sit in your own power and the opinions of others literally do not matter. They don't matter. What matters is you and your truth and your connection to your own core values. All right, that's what I had to say. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.